to boot this one away on the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On second down, Kamara, and he'll get this one up to the 26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A gain of 3, 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Play action now. Kaiser. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
They go play action. Winston. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll go down at the 28. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they've wanted to.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go, Ohio! Ohio! Black round! Black round! Black round!
Kaiser now on 2nd down. Ebron caught left side. He won't go down. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Eric Ebron, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Try the right side. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. On play action, Winston. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Winston. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Jameis on 2nd down. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So 3rd and inches, tried to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
4th down, Winston. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Get away, and he'll go down. Mario Edwards, sack number 8 for him on the year. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. So, well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Winston, escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the gun, Kaiser steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Coleman. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The play clock's running down. Kaiser going to try the sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. they start the drive. Loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Jameis to throw it. Forced out to his left. And some room to roam now. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Buying time to his, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik McDowell in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Winston on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. So out now come the Redskins. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position. Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence. No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Second down, Kaiser. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Redskins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Ohio. Ohio.
Play clock winding down. Play fake. Kaiser flushed out right. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Will Fuller, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd down now after the pass completion. The busy night continues for Kamara. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. 6 yards there on the pickup, and it's good enough for a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. Just pick up another 1st down with that run.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a desperation throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. A give. This is Kamara. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They begin with a run by Fournette. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Kaiser dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The Redskins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Kaiser. He finds Coleman. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Kaiser now. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
Here's Kaiser. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. run it again with Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it all comes down to Chandler Catanzaro. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this, a little more. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. He'll take this deep in his own territory. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now back out comes the offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
To throw, Winston. He spots Henderson open left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Fournette, a first down carry. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
To point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
And establish things, but the defensive guy body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Mixon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. It's a foot race. The 30. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from